And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Jeroen Sports and Recreation Complex on the banks of the River Sava in Zagreb, Croatia. For this, the final day of competition in the 29th Women's European Cup Softball Championship. I'm Bob Milosavljevic, and I'll be bringing you the play-by-play in these final two games. The first game between the Warsaw Diamonds and Angels Dupnica. They finished third and fourth after the double round robin phase of this tournament, and they'll be playing for the bronze medal. And following this game will be the championship final between the Mix from Great Britain and Prince Zagreb. The Mix went undefeated, 6 wins and no losses in the round robin phase. Prince Zagreb finished at 3-3. They finished in second. So they'll be playing for gold and silver later on today. It's another really hot, humid day in Zagreb. At game time, it's well into the 30s. In fact, it's already 35 degrees Celsius, and they're expecting it to go even higher. And the umpires are meeting with the coaches for the ground rules discussion. And while they're doing that, I will try to set the lineups for you. For Angels Dupnica, leading off and playing second base, number 21, Sara Markova. Batting second, the right fielder, Vicky Blatska. Batting third, playing shortstop, Nicole Yordanova. Batting fourth, pitching, Simona Yordanova. Batting fifth is the catcher, Filipina Ovnarska. Batting sixth is the designated player, Martina Efremova. Batting seventh, playing first base, is Maria Fetvova. Batting eighth, playing center field, is Geri Leontieva. And batting ninth, playing left field, is Alexandra Genova. And the defense only player for the Angels, she'll be playing third base today, is Eva Ilieva. And the umpires for this game behind the plate is Luka Rilovic. as customary before the medal games, the national anthems of the two teams are played. And as I started to say, the umpires for this game, behind the plate is Luka Rilovic. At first base from Germany is Bernd Denz. And a little birthday surprise for Vasilena Stefanova, her birthday today. And umpiring at third base will be David Hurley from Great Britain. Home team in this game will be the Warsaw Diamonds. And I'll try to set them defensively as they prepare to take the field. At first base will be Meg Elizabeth Brewer. Second base, number 34, Eva Wysielska. At third base will be Angelika Piotrowski. At shortstop, Yulia Kirsanov. Left field, Natalia Paluk. Center field, Daria Kobilyanska. And in right field, Claudia Rudik. Catching this game will be Katja Thompson. And the starting pitcher for the Diamonds, Kamil Czarniecki. She's carried the bulk of the pitching for the Diamonds. Camille's pitching numbers for the first 6 games of the competition. She's pitched 17 innings in 3 games, 1 win, 2 losses, and an ERA of 2.06. And leading off for the Angels, second baseman number 21, Sara Markova, and she takes a called strike from first pitch from Czarniecki. And the pitch from Czarniecki is a changeup that drops in there. No balls, 2 strikes to Sara Markova. And the pitch from Chernetsky is grounded to third to Piotrowski. Over the first, throw is high, but Brewer comes down with it and comes down on the bag for the out. One out. Coming to bat now for the Angels, the right fielder, number 1, Vicky Blatska. First pitch to her is a rise ball that she chases out of the zone. 1 strike. Vicky is batting .250 for the tournament thus far. And she bunts and fouls it off. And quickly falls behind. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch from Chernetsky is hit in the air down the left field line, and it goes out of play, foul ball. No balls, 2 strikes to Blatska. Change up. She taps it down the third baseline to Petrovsky. Over to first to Brewer for the out. 2 up, 2 down. And that'll bring up the shortstop for the Angels, number 31, Nicole Yordanova. First pitch to her from Chernetsky is low, ball 1. Nicole batting .333 for the week. 2 outs, top of the first inning. We're just getting started if you just joined us. And the pitch is fouled off to the right. One ball, 1 strike to shortstop Nicole Yordanova. And the pitch from Camille is grounded on to short to Kirsanov, over to first for the out. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Diamonds. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. After 1/2 inning, we're scoreless with the Diamonds coming to bat. And to set the Angels defense for you, at first base will be Maria Fetvova. Second base will be Sara Markova. At third base, number 17, Eva Ilyeva. Shortstop, Nicole Yordanova. In left field, Alexandra Genova. In center field, Geri Leontieva. In right field, Vicky Blatska. And playing defense only at third base is Eva Ilyeva. Catching this game is Filipina Ovnarska. And the pitcher, number 10, Simona Yordanova. Simona has carried the bulk of the pitching duty for the Angels this week. She has an ERA of 0.79 coming into this game. And leading off for the Diamonds is the designated player, Reina Galbiati. And the first pitch to her is right down the middle, called strike by umpire Luka Rilovic. And wind up in the pitch by Yordanova. She takes a little bit off, just misses outside with that. 1 ball, 1 strike. Galbiati batting .333. And the pitch is high. 2 balls, 1 strike. The count to Reina Galbiati, the designated player for the Diamonds today. And Yordanova rocks and delivers. Check swing, foul ball, straight down into the home plate. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Yordanova takes a little bit off and misses just outside again. The count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes now to Galbiati. And the pitch from Yordanova, it's inside and it looks like it hit Galbiati on the wrist. She heads down to first base. Shaking it off down there. She'll feel it tomorrow. And that'll bring up the number 2 hitter for the Diamonds, left fielder Natalia Paluk. She's batting .333 on the week. First pitch to her is fouled out of play to the right side. 1 strike. Yordanova rocks and delivers. Bunted by Paluk to third base. She makes the play over to first for the out. So sacrifice bunt by Natalia Paluk moves Galbiati over to second. 1 out. One out. Up to bat now for the Diamonds, the third baseman, Meg Elizabeth Brewer. First pitch to her from Yordanova is fouled out of play to the right side. 1 strike. And the pitch to Brewer is hit on the ground to second baseman Saramakova. She comes up with it, sends it over to first base for the second out of the inning. Galbiati advances to third. Two outs now in the bottom of the first inning. And that'll bring up the pitcher, batting fourth today, Camille Jarnitsky. And she draws another intentional base on balls. Nobody wants to pitch to Camille today, especially with a runner in scoring position at third base. So Camille gets the base on balls. And they will request a courtesy runner for Camille as the pitcher. And that runner will be Meg Elizabeth Brewer. She was the last out. And coming up to the plate now will be third baseman Angelika Piotrowski. 2 outs now. Bottom of the first inning, runners at first and third for the Warsaw Diamonds. Yodnova looks into Ovnarska for the signal and delivers to Petrovska. It's in the dirt, gets away. No advance by Galbiati. Brewer goes down to second base on the wild pitch. Petrovski is batting 182 for the week. In a position now to give the Diamonds a quick lead. That pitch from Yodnova is hit in the air to right field, and it's deep. It goes over the right fielder's head. 1 run scores. Brewer scores. Petrovski rounds second, heading to third base, and she slides out at third base. But 2 runs scored on that long 2-base hit by Angelika Petrovski. Solid defensive play to nail her, trying to stretch that double into a triple. So, in the bottom of the first inning for the Diamonds, they scored 2 runs. 1 hit, a big 2-base hit by Angelika Petrovski. No errors by the Angels, and nobody left on base. So after 1 complete inning, the score is Warsaw Diamonds 2, Angels Dupnica 0. Okay, a little excitement in the bottom of the first inning. Angels coming to bat now, looking to get those back. For the Angels in the top of the second, they'll be sending 4, 5, 6 hitters up. Leading off will be the pitcher, Simona Yordanova. And the first pitch to her is popped up in foul ground on the third base side. And Angelika Petrovska comes over, gets a glove on it, it pops out, but she snagged it again before it fell to the ground. And her catcher, Katja Thompson, was there just in case. So that'll go down as a F5 for the first out of the second inning. And it'll bring the catcher, Filipina Ovnarska, to the plate. First pitch is a called strike on the inside corner. And Chernitsky delivers. It's hit on the ground to second base. Eva Wisniewska goes over smoothly and makes the play at first for the second out. Eva, I promise I'm going to try to do better with your name today. Before this game ends, I will get it right. 2 outs now in the top of the second. And at bat now is the designated player, Martina Efremova. She swings and misses at the first pitch. 1 strike. Martina's batting 167 for the week. Chernetsky looks in to Thompson for the signal and delivers. A swing and a miss by Efremova. No balls, 2 strikes. And the 0-2 pitch by Chernetsky is in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chernetsky looks in for the sign for the 1-2 pitch, delivers, and it's a rise ball. Efremova swings through it for the strikeout. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Diamonds in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. After 1.5, Diamonds 2, Angels 0. Okay, coming up for the Diamonds in the bottom of the second inning. 6, 7, 8 hitters. Yulia Kirsonov. Center fielder Daria Kobylyanska and right fielder Claudia Rudik. Okay. Kirsonov steps in now against Yordnova. And the first pitch from Simona is popped up to the right side. Markova drifts over and in foul ground makes the catch for the first out. Sara Markova with the play. 1 out. And putting her batting gloves on is the next batter. Number 96, the center fielder for the Diamonds, Daria Kobylyanska. First pitch to her is a called strike at the knees. Kobylyanska batting .214 on the week. Next pitch to her is high and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Yordnova delivers the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to center fielder Daria Kobylyanska. One-two pitch by Yordnova is hit on the ground towards second. Sara Markova comes in and smoothly makes the play to first for the second out. 2 outs now in the bottom of the second inning. Coming up to bat now for the Diamonds, number 33, the right fielder, Claudia Rudik. First pitch from Yordnova just misses outside and low. 1 ball. Claudia hitting a respectable .308 for the week. Simona looks into her catcher and delivers, and Claudia couldn't hold up on that swing, went through. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch from Jordanova. Rudik pops it up. A bunt attempt, and Saramarkova slides over and picks that one off. And this was the Saramarkova inning for defensively for the Angels. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. After 2 complete innings, the score is the Diamonds Warsaw 2, Angels Dubnica 0. Coming up in the top of the 3rd inning for the Angels, 7, 8, 9 batters. Maria Fetvova, Geri Leontieva, and Alexandra Genova. Leadoff hitter for the Angels, first baseman Maria Fetvova steps in. Maria batting 182 for the week. First pitch from Tarnitsky is popped up and goes out of play. One strike to Fetvova. Tarnitsky delivers and chases a bad pitch, does Maria. She falls behind. No balls, 2 strikes now. And the pitch is right down the middle. Freezes Fetvova for the called 3rd strike. 1 out in the top of the 3rd inning. That'll bring up the center fielder, number 11, Geri Leontieva for the Angels. First pitch is swung at and missed. Strike 1. Geri is batting 286 for the week. Jarnetsky delivers. It's fouled into the ground and deflects off of Geri. Foul ball. 2 quick strikes to Leontieva. And the 0-2 pitch from Chernetsky is up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And it's fouled back by Leontieva. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. So this is the first game of 2 today. There'll be a little bit of a break between as we prepare the fields for the final. And after the championship game, there'll be a brief closing ceremony with medals awarded and such. It's hit in the air down the left field line and out of play. Count holds at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Medals awards, trophy awards, brief few words from the organizers, and then, as is customary, a party afterwards. and it's hit in the air, short right field. It drops in, and they tried to make the play on Leontieva at first base, but she beat the throw, so she'll pick up a base hit, first hit of the game for the Angels. And looks like we're going to have a pinch runner for Leontieva at first. It looks like it's number 7, Katrin Korsachka. Okay, bookkeeping done. Number 9 hitter for the Angels steps in, left fielder Alexandra Genova. Korsachka running at first. First pitch from Chernetsky. It's up high, but Alexandra couldn't lay off it. Strike one. One strike pitch from Chernetsky. Swing and a miss, strike two. There goes Korsachka down to second. And a stolen base. Swing and a miss by Genova. She's in a no ball, two strikes hole now to Camille Chernetsky. And the pitch from her is outside and high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Top of the third inning here in Zagreb. 2-0 lead by the Diamonds over the Angels. Runner at second now for the Angels. And it's popped up foul into the backstop. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And 1-2 pitch is swung at and missed. Strike 3. 2 outs now in the top of the third. That'll bring the top of the batting order up for the Angels. Second baseman Sara Markova. She grounded out to third her first time at bat. 2 outs now. Potential run at second base in Korsachka. First pitch is line drive in the right field, and the right fielder for the Diamonds, Claudia Rudik, glides to her right and comes up with a run-saving catch of the line drive that was destined for that gap and probably extra bases for Markova. And that's the third out of the third inning. For the Angels in the third, they had no runs, 1 hit, no errors by the Diamonds, and 1 runner left on base. After 2 1/2 innings of play, it's Diamonds 2, Angels 0. And it looks like Katrin Korsachka will stay in the game. She's in center field now. And the bottom of the third inning now for the Diamonds is 9-1-2. Katja Thompson, the catcher, leads off. She hits a ground ball in the hole to the left. Jordanova glides over but comes up, throws over the head of Fetvova at first base. She made a nice stop to keep it in the infield, but she probably didn't have a chance at Thompson at first. No advance on the overthrow. And we'll give Thompson an infield hit on that. And we go to the top of the batting order now for the Diamonds. Reina Galbiati. First pitch to her is high. Galbiati was hit by a pitch in the first inning, and she scored the first run for the Diamonds. One ball pitch to her is a called strike at the letters. Galbiati batting .333. One ball, one strike to her now. Simona Yordanova delivers, and Galbiati tried to hold up, and Thompson took off for the steal and is safe at second base on the stolen base. Galbiati tried to hold her swing, couldn't, so she falls behind. One ball, two strikes. Katja Thompson now at second base. And the pitch to Galbiati is up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yordanova delivers the 2-2 pitch to Galbiati. It's fouled back. Two and two pitch by Yordanova. It's up high. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. And the 3-2 pitch from Simona Yordanova is hit on the ground to Sara Markova. Who else? Who makes the play to first baseman Maria Fetvova for the first out of the third inning. 1 out now in the bottom of the third inning for the Diamonds. Stepping up is the left fielder Natalia Paluk. She had a sacrifice bunt in the first inning to advance Galbiati. And she hits a ground ball to Yordanova at short. She comes up and over to Fetvova. They get the out at first base, but not before Katja Thompson scores the third run for the Diamonds from third base. So we'll call that 6-3, and it'll bring up first baseman Meg Elizabeth Brewer. She hits the ball down the right field line, and it just drops foul. 1 strike. Brewer is 0 for 1. She grounded to second base in the first inning. The pitch to Brewer is up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Meg batting .200 on the week. And Yordanova's pitch to her is hit in the air to right field. In comes right fielder Vicky Blatska to make the easy catch for the third out of the inning. But not before the Diamonds scored a run. One run on one hit. No errors by the Angels and no runners left on base. After three complete innings, the score is the Warsaw Diamonds 3, Dupnica Angels 0. Moving right along in this game, coming up in the top of the fourth inning for the Angels, 2-3-4 hitters, Vicky Blatska, Nicole Yordanova, and Simona Yordanova. Kamil Charnetsky, thus far very effective, has given up one hit in 3 innings. She has 3 strikeouts. Okay, Blatska steps in. She's batting .238 at the moment. 0 for 1 in this game, grounded to third in the first inning. Charnetsky delivers, is fouled out of play to the left. 1 strike. Charnetsky steps up and delivers. Again, fouled out of play to the left. I think I made a cardinal sin again and left my car in a bad place in prime foul ball territory. Dodged another bullet just then. 2-strike count to Blatska. She swings and pops it up straight back out of play. Two strikes, the count to right fielder Vicky Blatska. And the pitch by Charnetsky. Change up comes in high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch to Blatska just misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch by Charnetsky is high, but chased by Vicky Blatska for the strikeout. 1 out now in the top of the fourth inning. Stepping up for the Angels is the shortstop, number 31, Nicole Yordanova. She's 0 for 1 in this game. First pitch to her, a swing and a miss. She grounded to short in the first inning. Batting .316 for the week. And the pitch to her from Charnetsky is a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch by Charnetsky is fouled back into the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to shortstop Nicole Yordanova. And Camille's pitch is hit a line drive into right field. It gets past right fielder, and Nicole rounds third and comes all the way home on that on a couple of misplays by the Diamonds defense. That was a base hit into right field by Nicole. It got past right fielder Claudia Rudik. She went back, got it, threw it in. In the meantime, Nicole Yordanova rounded second, headed to third. They tried to make the play on her at third base, and it was an overthrow, and Yordanova scored. First run now for the Angels. Okay. Up to bat is Simona Yordanova. She hits a pop-up to shortstop Yulia Kirsanov for the second out in the fourth inning. And that'll bring up number 29, the catcher, Filipina Ovnarska. She's 0 for 1, grounded to second in the second inning. First pitch is check swing, down the line, fair ball over the base. She rounds first and tries to stretch it into a two-base hit and is easily put out by shortstop Kirsanov to second baseman Eva Wijelska for the third out of the inning. So Ovnarska has a base hit down the line and then gets thrown out 6-4 for the third out of the inning. But the Angels put one up on the board. They scored 1 run, 1 hit, 2 crucial errors on that base hit by Yordanova. And no runners left on base. After 3.5 innings, the score now stands Warsaw Diamonds 3 and Dubnica Angels 1. Well, the Diamonds got a little bit sloppy that inning to give a run to the Angels. And for the Diamonds, coming up in the bottom of the fourth inning, 4, 5, 6 hitters. Leading off will be the pitcher Kamil Charnitsky. Kamil received an intentional base on balls in the first inning, and she didn't score the run. Her courtesy runner, Meg Elizabeth Brewer, scored the run, but it was the second run for the Diamonds. First pitch to her is outside and high, ball 1. And the 1-ball pitch from Yordanova is a called strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch from Yordanova. Just misses outside. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Kamil Charnitsky. 2-1 pitch coming from Yardnova is line drive in the right center field for a base hit. Center fielder Katrin Korsachka fields it, sends it in, and Kamil Chernetsky is at first with the base hit, and there will be probably a courtesy runner for her again. I think overall the courtesy runner rule is useful. It keeps things moving, reduces wear and tear on the pitcher and the catcher, who are obviously the two most active positions defensively on the field. So having them run the bases a lot takes a lot out of you. It does introduce a little bit of added bookkeeping, an extra rule that you have to kind of keep straight. We saw a violation in the first day of the tournament, the improper use of that resulted in an out, but overall I think it's beneficial. Stepping in is third baseman Piotrovsky. First pitch to her is fouled out of play, 1 strike. And it's not Brewer at first base, it's number 66, Paulina Mogilevska. Angelika Piotrovsky had a 2-base hit in the first inning, and she got thrown out trying to stretch it into a triple. Drove in the first 2 runs of the game for the Diamonds. She's batting an even 250. The pitch from Yordnova is up high. There goes Mochilevska trying to steal second base, and she is out at second base. So, first out of the inning. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike to Angelika Piotrovsky. Bottom of the 4th inning. And the pitch from Yordnova is high and outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Three-one pitch coming from Yordnova is outside and high again, ball 4. Piotrovsky advances to first on the base on balls. Brings up the shortstop, number 93, Yulia Kirsanov. She's 0 for 1 today. She popped out to second baseman Sara Markova in the second inning. First pitch to her is high and outside again. Looks like Simona is struggling a little bit with that release point. 1 ball, no strikes to Kirsanov. Piotrovsky at first base. And a little hesitation that time by Luka Rilovic. Calls it a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning for the Diamonds. And the 2-0 pitch to Kirsanov is right down the middle for a called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. And Rilovic asks Simona, do you want another ball? And of course, she said, sure, why not? Take a look at that one. And it goes back into the ball bag for the next time. New ball in the game now. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Kirsanov. She hits it foul off the screen to the right. Two balls, 2 strikes to count to Yulia Kirsanov. And the pitch to her is called strike 3 by Luka Rilovic for the second out of the 4th inning. 2 outs now. Coming to bat, number 96, the center fielder, Daria Kobylyanska. She grounded out to second base in the 2nd inning. She fakes a bunt and takes a called strike. Piotrowski is at first base. 2 outs now. 3-1 game here. Diamonds leading. And the 1 strike pitch is hitting in the air down the right field line, and it drops foul just out of the reach of right fielder Vicky Blatska. No balls, 2 strikes now. The count to Kobylyanska. And the pitch from Yordnova is hit in the air again to right field. This time there is room for right fielder Vicky Blatska to come up with that ball for the 3rd out of the inning. In the 4th, for the Diamonds, no runs, 1 hit, no errors by the Angels, 1 runner left on base. The score after four complete innings, Warsaw Diamonds 3, Dupnica Angels 1. And heading into the 5th inning now, top of the 5th inning for the Angels. They'll have their 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up. Designated player Martina Efremova, first baseman Maria Fetvova, and center fielder Katrin Korsachka. Thus far in this game, pitcher Kamil Charnetsky has been in good control. Her defense let her down last inning to allow that first run to score, but other than that, she's been effective, changing speeds, moving the ball up and down, in and out, in general keeping Angels hitters off balance. She has 4 strikeouts in this game through 4 innings. And the leadoff batter, Efremova, steps in there. First pitch to her is a called strike at the knees. Efremova batting 154 on the week. And a pitch to her from Charnetsky, swing and a miss, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to designated player Martina Efremova. And the pitch. And Camille takes a little bit off on that one, fools Martina. Swinging strike three for the first out in the top of the fifth inning. It's 5 strikeouts now for Chernetsky. And that'll bring up the first baseman, number 22, Maria Fedvova. She fouls it straight back. One strike to Fedvova. 0 for 1 in this game. And she fouls it back for strike 2. She took a called third strike in the third inning. She's batting 167 on the week. In a hole, 0-2. Chernetsky takes a little off. Ground ball to Kirsanov at short, over to Meg Brewer at first for the second out of the inning. Chernetsky took a little bit off that pitch, and Fedvova was way out in front of it. She hit a weak ground ball, but Kirsanov aggressively came in on it and got her at first in plenty of time. 2 outs now in the top of the fifth inning. Coming up is number 11, Gary Leontieva. She was replaced by Katrin Korsachka as a pinch runner, but she's re-entered the game now. She had a base hit her first time up at bat and hits another foul ball straight back. No balls, 2 strikes now to Leontieva. She's batting .286. And the 0-2 pitch. Rise ball, high and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and two pitch by Chernetsky. She hits a pop-up behind third base. Yulia Kirsanov came over, settled under it, but she dropped it. Looked like a relatively easy play, but she dropped the pop-up, so Leontieva is on first base on the error by the shortstop. It brings up Alexandra Genova, number 33. She struck out swinging in the second inning. And the first pitch to her is up high, ball 1. No runner this time for Leontieva. Every starting player in softball is allowed to be substituted for and re-entered 1 time. This is Leontieva's 1 re-entry. And a pitch from Chernetska to second baseman Eva Bishevska to first for the out. And that ends the top of the fifth inning for the Angels. In the top of the fifth, no runs, no hits. 1 Angels, 1 Diamonds error. 1 runner left on base. After 4.5 innings, the score remains Diamonds 3, Angels 1. So starters may exit and re-enter 1 time. Substitutes, once they leave the game, they're done for the game. So that was a situation where if they had put a runner in a second time for Leontieva, she would have been finished for the game. And that's your softball 101 lesson for today. In the top of the fifth inning, coming up for the Warsaw Diamonds, 8-9-1. Right fielder Claudia Rudik. Catcher Katja Thompson. And the top of the order designated player Reina Galbiati. in case you're just joining us, Warsaw Diamonds lead 3-1 in the 5th inning. They scored 2 runs in the top of the 1st and a run in the 2 runs in the bottom of the 1st, 1 in the 3rd. And pitcher Kamil Czarnecki has been pretty dominant thus far. First pitch to Rudik from Jordanova is a swinging strike. So thus far, Czarnecki has been cruising along. And it's swinging strike 2 now to Rudik. And it's a really, really hot day here again in Zagreb. It's been 5 straight days of temps in the low to mid 30s Celsius. And the pitch is high and outside by Jordanova. One ball, 2 strikes now. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3 for the first out of the bottom of the 5th inning. That'll bring up the catcher, Katja Thompson. She had a single in the 2nd inning, leading off the 2nd inning, and she scored the 3rd run for the Diamonds, 1 for 1. And the pitch from Jordanova is high and outside, ball 1. Katja batting 167. And the pitch from Jordanova. She took a little off. Thompson fouled it back. And 1-1 pitch from Jordanova is just outside. Simona wanted that one, didn't get it. 2 balls, 1 strike now, the count to Katja Thompson. And she hits it in the air, foul. It'll go out of play on the right side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And it looks like we have warm-up action for the Diamonds down in left field. Looks like Meg Elizabeth Brewer is taking some warm-ups just in case they need her. 2-2 pitch from Jordanova is on the ground to who else? Sara Markova smoothly picks it up, throws to Fetvova at first base for the 2nd out of the 5th inning. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th inning. That'll bring up the top of the order, Raina Galbiati. She's 0 for 1, scored a run. Was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning. And the first pitch to her is called a strike at the knees. 1 strike. Oh, and 1 pitch now to Galbiati is on the outside corner, strike 2. So Simona Jordanova jumps way ahead now, 0-2. Her next pitch. Ovnarska was set way outside on that one. She wanted to make sure that it was not a good pitch, hoping to get maybe Galbiati to chase a bad one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Galbiati batting .313. And the pitch is high and outside again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch coming from Simona Yordanova. And it's up and in, and it hits Galbiati again. This time, looked like on the shoulder maybe. She'll take first base on the being hit by a pitch. 2 outs now. Coming up, left fielder Natalia Paluk. She's 0 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt in the first inning. She's batting .308. First pitch to her is outside, ball 1. And the pitch from Yordanova is popped up to the right side. Fetvova and Ovnarska wins and takes it for the third out. At the end of 5 complete innings. The fifth, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base by the Diamonds. After 5, the score remains Diamonds 3, Angels 1. And we enter into our hydration protocol pause. Temperatures and humidity, again, very high here today at the Yarun complex. 36 degrees Celsius at the moment. That's 97 degrees. 97, 98 degrees Fahrenheit. It's hot and it's humid. Tomo, I have a visitor. During our hydration break, I feel a cold touch on the back of my neck. None other umpiring colleague from Ljubljana, Slovenia, here to see the last game and probably catch up with his countrywoman at the scorer's table, Kristina Trobec, and the mixed catcher, Barbara Killer, also from Slovenia. Tomo, it's good to see you. Uh-huh. Oh, uh-huh. Okay, so Tomo has an ulterior motive for being here, not just to see friends, but he needs to pick up a umpire's chest protector. Next week he's going to umpire in a men's Super Cup, European Super Cup competition in Holland, in Haarlem, the Netherlands. Yeah, that men's Super Cup event is a pretty intense competition. The top pitchers from all over the world come to play since at that time it was the European Softball Federation, kind of loosened up the requirements for competing in competitions to encourage more, especially at the men's level, more teams to participate. And pitching has always been a weakness for the lower echelon teams in Europe. So by creating this Super Cup, it allowed more teams to enter because they were allowed to add 2 or 3 foreign players, if you will, So there are pitchers coming from Canada, and the last time I umpired in that Super Cup 8 or 9 years ago, there was an Australian pitcher. Uh, he was at the time considered by many to be the top men's pitcher in the world. A couple of pitchers from Argentina, New Zealand, Canada. So that competition over the last 8, 9, 10 years has really grown, and it's a big attraction. So Tomo is going to be umpiring in that competition next week in Harlem. So look him up. Find the YouTube channel and catch some good men's softball next week in Harlem, the Netherlands. Okay, our hydration pause ends. Teams come back to the field, and it looks like the pitching change has been made by the Diamonds. Meg Elizabeth Brewer now takes over in the circle. She and Camille Charnetsky switch places. Camille goes to first. Brewer taking her 5 warm-up pitches before the inning. And due up for the Diamonds in the top of the 6th inning, the top of the order, Sara Markova. She'll be followed by right fielder Vicky Blatska and shortstop Nicole Yordanova. And speaking of other competitions, this week was a busy week all over Europe for women's softball. Unfortunately, there's been some pretty ferocious weather that has passed through Italy, Belgium, the Netherlands, and a lot of days have been lost to rain. We've been fortunate here in Zagreb. That rain hasn't come here. It's just been heat. That rain is probably going to arrive the middle of next week. And the first pitch to number 21, Sara Markova, is a called strike. So schedules, those cup tournament schedules have been curtailed because of rain, flooding, in fact. And it's popped up over third baseman Pietrovsky's head, drops fair into short left field, and Sara Markova ends up on first base with a bloop single to left field to lead off the 6th inning for the Angels. That'll bring up right fielder Vicky Blatska. Vicky's 0 for 2 today, struck out in the 4th, grounded to 3rd in the 1st inning. Pitch from Brewer is just outside, 1 ball. And Brewer looks into Thompson, delivers, and it's fouled straight back on the ground. 1 ball, 1 strike to Vicky Blatska. One pitch from Brewer is popped up down the left field line, and it drops foul beyond the reach of Yulia Kirsanov. One ball, 2 strikes now, the count to Blatska. Runner at first, Sara Markova. 3-1 score here, top of the 6th inning. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 out Top of the sixth inning. That will bring up shortstop Nicole Yordanova. She's 1 for 2. She scored the only run for the Angels in the fourth inning on a single and then a couple of errors by the Diamonds. And the first pitch is foul tipped. Throw down to second base. Markova goes in standing up with a stolen base. So the first pitch is a swing foul tip. 1 strike. Markova moves into scoring position. Brewer delivers the 1 strike pitch. Is outside and high. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch to Yordanova is up high. 2 balls, 1 strike. And it's hit in the air to left field. That looks like it's going to find a gap. It does. Markova is going to score easily. The ball's retrieved by Kobylyanska into third baseman Piotrovsky. And Yordanova is thrown out trying to stretch a double into a triple. Kobylyanska retrieved that ball near the fence in left center field. Yordanova didn't hesitate, tried to go to third, and she was out by a good amount at third. So Markova scores a run. Yordanova is out 8-5. And we have 2 outs now. And the batter, number 10, the pitcher, Simona Yordanova. 2 outs now. And it fouled back into the backstop. Okay. Game is more interesting now. Diamonds still hold a 3-2 lead in the top of the sixth inning. One and one pitch to Yordanova. Change up from Brewer. Yordanova way out in front of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Very effective pitch, that change up. And the 1-2 pitch by Brewer. Swing and a miss, strike 3 by Simona Yordanova for the 3rd out of the inning. In the 6th inning for the Angels, they scored 1 run on 2 hits. No Diamonds errors and no runners left on base. After 5.5 innings, the score stands now. Warsaw Diamonds 3, Dupnica Angels 2. And as we move to the bottom of the 6th inning, due up for the Diamonds will be their 3, 4, 5 hitters. Pitcher Meg Elizabeth Brewer, followed by now first baseman Kamil Chernetsky and third baseman Angelika Piotrovsky. Tight game, and there have been plays, a couple of mistakes, but a few very nice plays as well. Diamonds will try to add some insurance here going into the 7th and final inning. And they have the heart of their batting order coming up. Brewer steps in there. She's 0 for 2 today. Grounded to second, fly to right. Pitch is outside and high. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch to Brewer is high and outside. 1 ball, 2 balls, no strikes to Meg Elizabeth Brewer. And the pitch high and outside. 3 balls, no strikes now to leadoff hitter in the bottom of the 6th inning, Meg Elizabeth Brewer. And the pitch is down low, ball 4. So Brewer leads off with a base on balls in the bottom of the 6th inning. Will they give her a courtesy runner or no? Yes. And a time call by Dupnica Angels coach. Wants to go out, talk things over with his infield and pitcher catcher battery. And as I said earlier, the men's fast pitch in Europe has stepped up a couple of notches because they loosened the rules, the eligibility rules, a few years ago. And the same has happened to some extent in Europe in women's softball at the lower levels. And here is a good example on this Warsaw Diamonds team. Kamil Chernetsky is here as a pickup player from the USA. Meg Elizabeth Brewer is also, I believe, from the USA. I may be wrong, possibly Canada. But so the Diamonds added a couple of players, and the idea being that they want to try to maybe elevate the level of the whole team. First pitch to Chernetsky is a called strike. She's 1 for 1, had an intentional base on balls in the first, a single in the fourth. And the pitch from Yordanova is high and outside, 1-1. And the theory being that a rising tide lifts all boats. So if you can make the lower teams a little bit stronger, it'll encourage them to try to develop. And Chernetsky hits a gapper to left center field. It goes to the fence. Brewer rounds third. She will score. Chernetsky pulls into second base with a RBI stand-up double in the bottom of the 6th inning. So the Diamonds add 1 insurance run to extend their lead to 4-2 now in the bottom of the 6th inning. Kamil Chernetsky at second base, and third baseman Angelika Piotrowski steps in. She's 1 for 1, a base on balls in the fourth. First pitch to her is a called strike. And she had a double in the first inning. She was thrown out trying to stretch it into a triple, so she's 1 for 1. And the second pitch to her is very high and outside. Okay. I don't know what that was, but the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch is high. 2 balls, 1 strike to Angelika Piotrowski. Technical difficulties. 2-1 pitch from Yordanova is in the dirt. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike now. And we seem to have lost the count here. Also, something that happens more often than you think. I've been on that end many times, and you get together, and three heads are better than one. Eventually, you'll figure it out. And the count is, in fact, 3 balls and 1 strike. The pitch from Yordanova is outside. Ball 4, a base on balls to Angelica Piotrovsky. Puts runners at first and second for the Diamonds. Coming to bat is the shortstop, Yulia Kirsonov. Kirsonov is 0 for 2 today. Popped out to second base in the second inning. Took a called third strike in the fourth. Nobody out, 2 runners on. And she hits the first pitch back into the backstop for foul ball strike. Yulia hitting 167 on the week. And the 0-1 pitch from Yordanova is inside and low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out, 1 run in, 2 runners on for the Diamonds here in the bottom of the 6th inning. They hold a 4-2 lead over the Angels in this game for the bronze medal in this competition. And it's fouled off down the third base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Kirsonov. And the 1-2 pitch to Kirsonov. Hard hit down the left field line, but foul. One ball, 2 strikes, the count to Diamonds shortstop Yulia Kirsonov. And the 1-2 pitch from Yordanova is popped up left side, and it goes out of play. One ball, 2 strikes again to Kirsonov. And she pops this one up straight to the middle of the infield. Yordanov calls everybody off, and she takes it for the first out of the 6th inning. One out now in the 6th. That'll bring the center fielder, Daria Kobylyanska, to the plate. She's 0 for 2. Grounded out to second baseman Sara Markova in the second inning and fly to right field in the 4th. First pitch to her is in the dirt, ball 1. Kobylyanska batting 188. And Simona Yordanova asks for time, hobbles off the field, asks for a drink of water, and it's late in the game. She's thrown a lot of pitches today, and she's thrown a lot of pitches in the first 3 days of this competition. So the amount of work that she's done, and in the conditions, the heat and humidity that she's done it under, makes it tough. she's back out there. Now her catcher, Filipina Ovnarska, now has a little skin on her elbow, I guess, that she walks over to the dugout to get sprayed, iced. She comes back. Okay, we're about ready to go now. Chernetsky at second, Petrovsky at first for the Diamonds. 1 ball, no strike to Kobylyanska. The pitch from Yordanova is a called strike at the letters on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch from Yordanova is hit on the ground to who else? Toward second baseman Sara Markova. The ball hits Petrovsky as she's trying to go to second. That's interference by a runner. So she's called out immediately. Kamil Chernetsky, who had advanced to third, now must go back to second. That was her position at the time of the pitch. And Kobylyanska is awarded first base as a result of the interference. So we have 2 outs now on the interference. Kobylyanska is now at first base. Chernetsky at second. 2 outs. And it's a called strike to a pinch hitter, it looks like, for the Diamonds. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And that pitcher is Patricia Kurovska, pinch hitting for Claudia Rudik. No balls, 2 strikes to her, and she fouls it off. So Kurovska pinch hits in the bottom of the 6th. And she swings and misses, strike 3 to end the 3rd inning. But the Diamonds score a run, maybe an insurance run, in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 run on 1 hit. No Angels errors, and 2 runners left on base. After 6 complete innings, the score is Warsaw Diamonds 4, Dupnica Angels 2. Okay, leading off the top of the 7th for the Dupnica Angels is the catcher, Filipina Ovnarska. She's 0 for 2 today. She takes a called strike. First pitch from Meg Elizabeth Brewer, who's trying to hold this 2-run lead for the Diamonds. Pitches outside and low to Ovnarska. Filipina batting 167 this week. Pitch is a changeup drop from Brewer. Swung at and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Filipina Ovnarska. Brewer delivers, and it's outside and high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch on the way from Brewer is in the dirt. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch from Brewer is fought off and fouled back by Ovnarska. Three and two to Filipina Ovnarska. The pitch from Brewer is low, but it's fouled off by Ovnarska. She hangs in there. The count holds at 3-2. Three and two delivery by Meg Elizabeth Brewer is high, ball 4. So the leadoff batter in the top of the 7th for the Angels reaches first. They're down 2. And it looks like we're going to get a courtesy runner for the catcher Ovnarska at first base. And it looks like that pinch runner at first is Nadia Stoyanova, running at first for the catcher as a courtesy runner. And that'll bring up a pinch hitter for the Angels, number 24, Vasilina Stefanova. She takes high, ball 1. So 24, Stefanova, pinch hitting for Efremova, the designated player. And the pitch is high. She holds back again. A throw down to try to pick off our courtesy runner. Gets away from Kamil Chernetsky, but not far enough to allow an advance. 2 balls, no strikes now. And it's a called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike now, the count to Vasilina Stefanova. And the pitch is swung at and missed in the dirt. It gets away from Katya Thompson. And the pinch runner at first base, Stoyanova, advances on the pass ball. Two balls, 2 strikes now, the count to Stefanova. Pitch from Brewer is high again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Brewer doesn't like that ball, wants a new one. Full count now to Vasilina Stefanova. And the pitch from Brewer is hit on the ground hard to shortstop Kirsanov. Over to first for the out. And across the diamond from Kamil Chernetsky to Piotrovsky for the double play. Doing it the hard way. So Stefanova grounded to shortstop. She was put out, and then Kamil Chernetsky fired across the diamond to Piotrovsky to complete the double play. 2 outs now in the top of the 7th. Swing and a miss by first baseman Maria Fetvova. 2 outs now. Angels need 2 runs to tie this game. And swung at and hit foul down the third base line. 1 ball, 1 strike. And another impressive defensive play. That's tough to do. Go twice across the diamond and get a runner trying to advance from second to third. The pitch from Brewer is outside and low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But Kamil Chernitsky made a perfect throw to Petrovsky. All she had to do was put the tag down. And it's a ground ball towards second baseman Eva. She comes in, makes the play to first base to get the third out and the final out of the 7th inning. So in the 7th, no runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. Final score of this bronze medal game won by the Warsaw Diamonds by a score of 4-2 over the Dupnica Angels. Stay tuned. The gold medal game is coming up in about a half hour to 45 minutes to give the grounds crew here a bit to prep the field for the final game. Stick around.